Now at 6 o'clock, we know Donald Trump will be the country's next president and Keith Wilson will be Portland's next mayor, but we still have lots of local races that are still too close to call.
We talked to some of Portland's newest elected leaders as ballots continue to be counted. KGW News at Sunrise starts right now.
Thanks for joining us here on Sunrise on this Thursday morning. I'm Drew Carney.
And I'm China Green. We have a lot of local election stuff to get to this morning, as well as more on the presidential race. But first, let's head over to Rod Hill for a look at weather.
Yeah, just a little bit of weather, which means it's going to be sunny. So it's pretty simple stuff. Right now, we're at 41 degrees outside at the airport, but a lot of you have dipped into the 30s. And there might be a spotty freezing number around. Generally speaking, we're mid 30s to about 40. It's now 35, though, in Kaiser, so temperatures have dropped off. Away from the gorge, winds are light this morning. It's going to be a gorgeous day. Sunny blue skies, as I mentioned. Mid 50s at noon. Portland getting up to about 60 or 61 for a high. Back to you.
Thank you, Rod. Portland police arrested 7 people overnight for recklessly riding mini bikes through downtown Portland. They say around 9 o'clock, officers were keeping an eye out for protests downtown when mini bike riders started doing burnouts in Pioneer Square. Officers caught up with them down at a gas station on Southeast MLK and Alder. Officers arrested 7 riders and 1 got away, though. Confiscated 8 mini bikes, all homemade with no license plates or lighting and stuff. One officer hurt his hand during the arrest. He was treated at the hospital and released, but could be out of work for about a week.
Police also responded to a fatal crash last night in North Portland. This happened around 11:30 at the intersection of North Kirby and Columbia Boulevard. Officers say they got a call about a crash involving 2 cars and 1 pedestrian. They found 1 person dead when they arrived. They also said both drivers stayed at the scene.
Sometimes the fight takes a while. That doesn't mean we won't win. That doesn't mean we won't win. The important thing is don't ever give up.
That's Vice President Kamala Harris looking towards the future in her concession speech yesterday. That speech happened just hours after Harris called now President-elect Donald Trump to congratulate him on his win.
President Biden also called President-elect Trump yesterday, and he's scheduled to address the country here in a couple of hours. President Biden's speech is set for 8 o'clock our time right there at the White House, and we'll bring it to you live when it happens here on KGW. The race for Portland mayor, meanwhile, also over. The Oregonian called the race last night for Keith Wilson.
Wilson has kept his commanding lead since Tuesday night. Ashley Graham joins us in the newsroom with more. Good morning, Ashley.
Drew, China, good morning. Even after a new batch of ballots was tallied yesterday, Keith Wilson still leading with over 60% of the vote, securing his spot as Portland's next mayor. In a statement Wednesday night, Wilson saying, quote, voters in every corner of our city have made their voices heard. They want change and for local leadership to work together to solve the issues our community faces. We have some very challenging days ahead and we don't know what's around the corner. We'll need all of us to lift each other up and accomplish what we can for our city. Here's a look at where the ballot count stands. Current City Commissioner Carmen Rubio trailing behind Wilson with 38%. The next closest contender was Commissioner Rene Gonzalez, who was eliminated through the ranked choice voting process. Both Rubio and Gonzalez conceded last night, saying they reached out to Wilson to congratulate him, the two also thanking their supporters.
Jumping in here, Ashley, we've talked with Keith Wilson many times during his campaign, and he's often told us that he is committed to ending unsheltered homelessness in 12 months.
Yeah, that's right, China. Wilson telling us he's going to accomplish that by opening nighttime emergency shelters and day shelters with connections to services. He also plans to strongly support Portland street response to take some burden off first responders. And according to his campaign website, his other priorities include affordable housing, the climate crisis, and bringing a high-speed rail to the Pacific Northwest. Now, we plan to hear more from Wilson later this afternoon during his official acceptance speech. We'll be sure to share that with you here on air and online. China.
Ashley, thank you for that. In races for Portland's new city council, there's still plenty of uncertainty here. Thomas Schultz joins us now in the studio to break down those races. Thomas?
Yeah, well, China, in each of the 4 districts, there are going to be 3 winners as Portland expands its city council this year. Here's the leaders so far in District 1, which is just east of I-205. Climate justice advocate Candace Avalos, former Multnomah County Commissioner Loretta Smith, and lobbyist Jamie Dunphy are all in the lead. In District 2, North Portland, the leading candidates continue to be Samir Kanal, an inclusive policy manager for the city of Portland, policy and advocacy consultant Alana Pirtle-Guinea, and City Commissioner Dan Ryan. In District 3, inner southeast Portland, the Oregonian has called one seat for Steve Novick, a former city commissioner. Public school teacher Tiffany Kayama Lane and policy advocate Angelita Murillo are leading the pack after him as well. And in District 4, west of the Willamette, policy advocate Olivia Clark is the projected winner, with energy economist Mitch Green and Eric Zimmerman, chief of staff to County Commissioner Julia Brim Edwards, rounding out the top three. We caught up with the two projected winners, Steve Novick and Olivia Clark. Novick served on Portland City Council from 2013 to 2017. Clark is a retired policy director for TriMet. Both say their past experience will be key to ensure the new form of government runs smoothly.
I did think it'd be useful to have somebody with not just the experience of getting things done at City Hall, but the humility that comes with experience.
With this new form of government that we're coming into, that really needed people who have experience, who have skills, who have a record of success, to come into this, to make this new system work so that we can solve the issues that confront Portland.
And remember, we're still waiting for 10 more of these seats to be called. That next batch of votes will be released tonight, coming up at 6. China.
Thank you, Thomas. In Multnomah County, District 1 and 2 commission seats were up for grabs. The Oregonian has called both of these races. Starting in District 1, Megan Moyer leads by about 19%. We spoke to Moyer about what she hopes to achieve in her new role.
I plan to be a very active member of County Commission and want to get my hands dirty in the policy and in, how we deliver services.
And in District 2, Shannon Singleton has an 11% lead over former Portland Mayor Sam Adams. In a statement, Singleton says that one of her priorities is getting county-owned buildings online as shelters as soon as possible. And we have a lot more election results up right now on KGW.com for you. You can just text election to the number there on your screen, 503-226-5088. We'll text you back with a link directly to our results page on KGW.com.
That this group must somehow form a family. That's the way we all became the Brady Bunch.
The Brady Bunch giving us a break from election coverage this morning. I know everyone knows that song, right? Today, the Today Show is celebrating the Brady Bunch's 55th anniversary. Some of the cast is going to be on hand this morning to talk about the show's impact, and they're also going to share a special announcement. Now, I don't know what it is, but I'm told it's an announcement that no Brady Bunch fan will want to miss.
And we here on Sunrise wanted to get in the Brady Bunch fun.
Yeah. Rodney?
Yes?
We're in our boxes this morning.
Yes?
Loving all of our family members.
I'm definitely Marsha, just so we're clear.
Oh, geez.
So what?
I'm Alice.
What's the big announcement? Are they having another baby? You think there's going to be a new member of the Brady Bunch? You think that's a big announcement?
How about that?
Maybe a reboot?
Did Alice ever get married? I don't.
Sam got really close to that altar, but I don't think the butcher ever tied the knot.
Yeah, and the bowler. Remember, big bowler.
The butcher bowler.
Okay, this Brady Bunch moment is now over. Let's get you to the weather map. This is pretty, right? Our live camera down in Uquinta Bay at Newport. Some of the models show you folks in Newport could hit 64 degrees today. Some cloudiness late day, but it's going to be a gorgeous one. 46 is your temperature there right now. Portland is also clear. Our temperature 41. Winds are calm coming into the downtown area. We have east winds that have been generally 10 to 20 coming into places like Troutdale. And this is why Gresham is warmer, 48. Troutdale's 50. The wind keeps the temperature up a little bit. And there's downtown Portland all calm and clear in 41. Salem sitting at 37. 36 in Albany. I mean, it's that time of the year you would assume with clear skies and light winds, your temperatures would be in the 30s, and that's where most of us are. All right, here's that coast forecast. Mostly sunny, some cloudiness later in the day, but still dry through tomorrow at the beach. Low 60s, maybe 64 in spots. Our forecast map at 3 o'clock, 52 in John Day. Beautiful weather over in Bend today, about like the Willamette Valley, 58 degrees. That matches Salem. And there's Tillamook at 61. No problems expected anywhere. Weather-wise, there's a fog pocket down around Eugene this morning, and that's it. All right, 7 days. So just realize we're all dry into Saturday morning. So the first raindrops could come in Saturday as early as noon. They might be a little bit later than that. Then we have rain picking up Saturday night into early Sunday morning. And then during the day Sunday, behind a front, we're back to sun and scattered showers. Overall, the weekend doesn't look that bad, but this is wet. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, into Thursday of next week, and we do believe there's a good chance for some pretty good Cascade snow next week as well. And that is your update for now.